We are a generation of mental captives, locked inside the high-security prison of our own analytical minds. We have been taught that to think more is to know more, and to know more is to be safe. But after 52 chapters of peeling back the layers of reality together, we find ourselves at the edge of a dangerous precipice, the realization that your own intellect is often your greatest enemy. In this 53rd chapter, we perform the execution of overthinking. We are not here to sharpen your mind, we are here to disarm it. Because a mind that never stops calculating is a mind that can never truly act. You are paralyzing your future with the ghosts of what if, while the world moves past you in silence. Overthinking is not a mark of intelligence, my friends, it is the signature of fear. It is the ego's desperate, frantic attempt to predict the unpredictable and control the uncontrollable. You are drowning in a teacup of your own making, while the ocean of life waits for your courage. Observe the predator in the wild. It does not weigh the moral implications of the hunt, it does not analyze the 1,000 possible failures before it strikes. It is a singular point of focus, a manifestation of pure, unadulterated intent. It moves because it is life itself in motion. You, however, have become a librarian of your own possibilities, stacking books of worry until the shelves collapse on your soul. In the year 2026, information is a flood, and if you try to process every drop, you will surely drown. Strategic stupidity, the ability to ignore the noise and act with primal clarity, is now the ultimate luxury of the sovereign man. To think too much is to vibrate in place, wasting your vital energy on hypothetical battles. To act without the burden of thought is to become a force of nature. Today, we learn how to finally silence the internal narrator and step into the arena where life actually happens. The disease of overthinking is a subtle thief. It steals your time, it steals your confidence, and ultimately, it steals your life. You believe that by analyzing a problem from every angle, you are being thorough. In reality, you are being cowardly. You are using information as a shield to hide from the terrifying necessity of action. Action is messy, action is unpredictable, action has consequences. Thought, however, is safe. You can win 1,000 battles in your mind and never risk a single scratch. But 1,000 mental victories are worth less than one real-world defeat. The 53rd lesson is about the threshold of action. There comes a point where more information is not an asset, but a liability. It is like a computer running too many programs at once, it eventually freezes. Your soul is frozen, caught in a loop of just one more search, just one more plan, just one more opinion. Every time you overthink, you are signaling to your subconscious that you do not trust yourself. You are telling the universe that you are not ready. This lack of trust becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. The analytical ego loves to complicate simple truths because if life is simple, the ego is no longer necessary. It wants to build complex labyrinths so it can feel important by navigating them. But the sovereign individual sees through the maze. He knows that the most direct path is rarely the one found through deep analysis, it is the one found through intuition and movement. In 2026, the world belongs to the decisive few, those who have the strength to be wrong rather than the weakness to stay still. We are executing the analyst today. We are burning the blueprint so we can finally start building the structure. Stop measuring the wood and pick up the hammer. What would happen if you simply stopped explaining yourself to yourself? Most of your mental noise is an internal trial where you are the prosecutor, the defendant, and the judge. You are constantly justifying your existence, your desires, and your fears to a gallery of ghosts. Strategic silence is not just about not talking to others, it is about reaching a state of inner non-narrative. This is where the real power lies. In this state, there is no, I am doing this because. There is only the doing. This is what the masters call flow. When a swordsman is in flow, he does not think about the weight of the blade or the angle of the sun, he simply is the strike. By overthinking, you create a gap between yourself and the world. In that gap, doubt grows. In that gap, hesitation breeds. Your mission in this chapter is to close the gap until you and your actions are a single, seamless movement. Your mind is like a mirror. When the surface is still, it reflects the world with perfect clarity. But when you overthink, you are throwing stones into the water. The ripples distort reality, making shadows look like monsters and pebbles look like mountains. You spend all your energy fighting the ripples instead of seeing the truth. To disarm the mind is to stop throwing stones. It is the realization that most of your problems exist only in the vibration of your thoughts. If you stop thinking about them, do they still have power over you? For many, the answer is a terrifying no. They realize they have been the architects of their own suffering. But for the sovereign, this realization is the ultimate freedom. You can choose to be the observer, not the victim, of your thoughts. You can choose to let the noise pass through you like wine through a screen, leaving the structure of your intent untouched. Today, we reclaim the clarity of the still water. Attention is the currency of the divine, and overthinking is the ultimate form of inflation. When your mind is scattered across 100 different possibilities, the value of your current moment drops to zero. You are physically here, but your spirit is miles away, arguing with a ghost or preparing for a storm that will never come. The overthinking mind is a time traveler, but it only travels to the places where you have no power. It goes to the past to regret and to the future to worry. It avoids the present at all costs because the present is the only place where action can occur. By staying in your head, you are effectively absent from your own life. You are a passenger in your own body, watching the world through the foggy window of your anxieties. This 53rd lesson is your eviction notice for the ghosts of time. In 2026, we are surrounded by tools that encourage overanalysis. We have data for everything: our sleep, our heart rate, our social engagement. We have become quantified slaves. We think that by measuring life, we are living it. But life cannot be measured, it can only be felt and executed. The sovereign executor knows that a 70% plan acted upon today is infinitely superior to a 100% plan that takes a year to finalize. He values momentum over perfection. He knows that perfection is just another name for procrastination. We are cutting the anchor of total knowledge. We are accepting the beauty of the unknown. We are stepping into the dark with the trust that our feet will find the ground. The scarcity of the present is a call to arms. If you are not here, you are nowhere. If you are not acting, you are being acted upon. It is time to reclaim the throne of the now. As we conclude this 53rd chapter, I want you to feel the weight of your thoughts falling away. Imagine your mind as a busy city square that suddenly goes silent. The noise, the shouting, the constant movement, it all stops. In that silence, you are finally able to hear your own heartbeat. You are finally able to feel the raw, unedited power of your own existence. Strategic silence is the end of the internal war. You are no longer fighting yourself for permission to be. You just are. The execution of overthinking is the birth of the primal sovereign. You have learned that the mind is a wonderful tool for logistics, but a terrible master for life. You use it when you need it, and you put it away when the time for action arrives. You have disarmed the weapon that was pointed at your own heart. Carry this clarity into the world, silence the narrator. Trust the impulse. Move before you are ready. The world will try to pull you back into the labyrinth. It will ask for your reasons, your data, and your justifications. Smile and give them nothing. Your actions are your only explanation. Your results are your only data. By mastering the art of not thinking, you have gained the ultimate advantage over a world that is paralyzed by its own cleverness. You are the shadow that moves while others are still looking for the light switch. You are the strike that lands while others are still sharpening their blades. The transmission of the 53rd is complete. Stop thinking. Start being. Stay unreachable in your clarity. This is Christopher, ending the broadcast of the Silent Executor.